Hello, Karl from Vikings here, again with a little update video. And here today what we're doing is we're talking about battery safety. Now, this is a lot of what people think, that these things are dangerous and that they blow up and things like that. And normally it is down to no due care and attention. It's down to people not actually thinking about what they're using, what they're doing, wrong battery type, damaged batteries. So that's what we're actually going to talk about today, is the mod safety and the batteries themselves, what the damaged battery looks like, some signs that you can look out for, what a good battery looks like, and so on and so forth. So here we have a damaged battery. So as you can see, we've got tears, it's got a dent into the positive, we've got some scratches down the side, peeling back of the actual protective casing which protects this battery. So this part is the actual metal conductive plate of the battery, the whole thing is, and it's wrapped in this protective sleeve to stop it from arcing out on the device. So what are the dangers of this? Well, one danger is if you was to put this in a mech, if you was to put this in one of these, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna probably blow your hand off and it's going to blow up or vent this battery, because this is going to touch the outside of this, and which is solid metal, which is copper, which is the actual conductive base of one of these. It's going to touch that, it's going to spark from there to the sidewall of the actual mod itself, and it's going to arc out and then it will vent. Now batteries vent from the positive, not the negative, so they will vent from this part. So you'll find on the mech mods that a lot of the actual mods will have vent holes at the bottom or top, depending on which way their battery faces. So the plus will always go to the vent hole, so if it does vent, it can vent out, the pressure can get out, stops the device blowing up in your hand. Put them in the wrong way, the vent can't go anywhere, it's sealed in, it pops, bang, and there you've got a blown up mod and a lot of damage to your hand. That's hot metal flying out. So this is a badly damaged battery. So what should you be looking for on a good battery? And also, if you look at the negative, this has a lot of arcing. That black stuff on the bottom, hopefully you can see that. That is actually arcing, which is where it's arcs between the actual contact of the device and the battery itself. And that's another thing to look for. This will happen over time with usage. It just means that the battery is getting worn out. It's wearing itself out by doing that. Moving on to a brand fresh battery. Now this is what your battery should look like. No tears, no scratches, nothing. Just fresh casing with no tears, no arc on the bottom, no dent in the positive, nice and raised. It's not dented in, there's no splits, cuts, anything. This battery is safe to use in a mech, any device. Batteries, really, they should be sort of replaced every 3 to 6 months. Because after a while, obviously, these batteries are pumping out a lot of power and they should actually be replaced between 3 to 6 months. But obviously, that's not able for everyone. It's not the end of the world if you don't replace them. It's more of just a safety feature. The best way to look after them and to always have fresh batteries is to replace them every sort of half a year. But that is a good quality battery. This one here, this one has no tears, and if we put these next to each other, you can see the damaged one is just cut and bruised and battered all around the tops. This one's dented in, this one's nice and flush, and you've got the arc on the bottom and no arc on that one. So that is really to do with battery safety. Mod safety and battery safety tips. We've got this little nice printout in our shop. But what you're basically being told here is that the safety of the batteries, don't keep them too cold because they can go brittle, the metal, and then they could explode, or too hot because they can vent. This is about the battery life. So 1 month in, you're still getting 100%. 2 to 3 months, you're getting about 50 to 75%. And then 4 to 6 months, you're getting about 0 to 25% of the battery's actual full potential power. Also, never store batteries with coins, any metal objects, because if you touch a metal object from there to there, you've made a circuit, could cause sparks, could cause it to blow up. Also, and this is where we're talking about battery wraps, the wrap is torn, or ripped or anything like that, don't use it because it's not safe. Even in something like this, with the batteries parallel next to each other, you see my batteries here, very, very well wrapped still. There's not a bit of rip on them because even though the contacts were at top and bottom, these two were to have a rip and they both were to touch. You've now made this arc across itself and that's causing danger. So we don't want things like that because we don't want people to get hurt. We're not menaces. And yeah, it's just, and these silly things that you see on Facebook and YouTube and things out of these things blowing up, it's all down to it's due care and attention. It's people not looking after their devices, not looking after their batteries properly, not using them with respect. These are hardware, these are machines, these things need respect. They've got a lot of power that they're kicking out. You know, you're messing with resistance, things like that, and when you go into a start like that, you're heating up metal to a certain point to make your vapor work. You're making a power connective between a negative, a positive, and wire coils. Them coils are heating up because they're literally carrying that current through them, and they're getting so hot with the current running through them that they heat up, and that is how your coils eventually are working. So they have to be dealt with respect, and people that are putting batteries in like this, or using very old batteries or things, are not respecting that thing, because this mech, for instance, will try and take the full amount of power every time. When that battery goes dead, or half-life, that's no longer not got full battery's life and ampage and power, but this will still try and use it because this has no regulation, it's unregulated mod. This will still try and take all the power it can because it's not regulated, whereas this is regulated. This has regulation, I can change it, I can swap it, I can even put this on auto power. So at the moment this is nearly full, so this is okay at this wattage, but if I was to switch auto power, this will probably drop that 100 down to 80, 90 because the battery hasn't got the full potential to give out 100 watts. So yeah, it's just really being about clever, you know, using your noggin a bit, not being silly with things that can potentially be dangerous in the wrong hands. And unfortunately, some people have harmed themselves, hurt themselves with these things because they have not respected the machine, device itself. I can't say it enough and stress it enough. Respect the device and respect the batteries. If you've got that, you'll be fine. Just use them correct manner and don't disrespect them because they will backfire on you. But that's all today about battery safety. Next week we will be doing a different topic. I'm not too sure what we'll be doing yet, but we will find out later. Anyway, from me, Karl at Vape Kings, have a great day. See you later.